Well, okay, now I'd like to show you also how you can get these values by using the calculator. Okay, I'm gonna press this like that. Now I'm going over by 2.1 on 1 and I mean 2.1 and 2.2, but let's first read the question. The question says a group of 30 learners each randomly rolled 2 dice once, and the number of the values, excuse me, on the uppermost faces of the dice was recorded. Excuse me. The data is down in is shown in the frequency table below. Okay, and then 2.1 we were asked to calculate the mean, which is the average. So the sum of all the data divided by how many they are. Okay, do this way. And then the second question was to determine the median. So we did in the previous video. Now I want to show you how you can do that in the calculator. So let's say the calculator is, let's say initially the calculator was in the math mode. So we can change it into a statistic mode. We press by the mode or setup here. And then we're going to press status number 3. So I'm going to press 3 there. And then I'll look at the list here. I'm going to select number 1 because this is one for variance. Okay, so I'm going to press 1 there, and then here I can it was one variable. I'm going to enter now the values of the variable, but now I want to take it. I want to do that in account of the frequency table. So 2, I cannot enter 2 because 2 was no time recorded. Okay, 2 was not recorded, so I cannot enter 2, but I'll enter number 3 for instance. 3, but I'll enter it 3 times. Okay, I can say 3 equal 3 equal 3 equal 3 times. Now, and then 4, I can enter 4 twice. Okay, so I'm gonna say 1, 2, and then 5, I'll enter 5 4 times. So it's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4 equal. Then 6 4 times also. 6 4 times. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 7 8 times. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal. Now 8 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then 9 twice. So 1, 2, and then 10 twice also. 1, enter, 1, 10, enter, and then 11 only once, and 12 also once. And now when we finish, we can just press AC. But this is saved in memory. Okay, you just press Shift then, and then press 1 here by state. Press 1. Now it tells me what do I want. Okay, I want the variable. I'm going to select here 4. If I press 4 there, and then 1 here tells me, if I press 1, you tell me the number of the data. I can do that just for myself, checking if I entered exactly 30 data. Okay, because these must be equal to 30. So if I want to check, for instance, I press 1, press equal, exactly, I got 30 data I've recorded. Now, AC, I want to go back, I press Shift 1, and then by 4 there, and then I wanted to find like the average. This average we got here 6.73. What I can do, I can just press 2, and then it tells me average, which is the mean. Okay, when you press equal, and then yes, it's 6.73. Okay, I go back, you press AC, Shift, and then 1. Again, we can press 4. So now to find, now in the previous video we did question 1, 2.1 and 2.2. Now we're going to do question 2.3 and 2.4. Over here we're going to do this question 2.3 that says determine the standard deviation. Okay, we can still use our calculator. Over here, this symbol stands for the standard deviation. Okay, we can just press 3 there, as we recorded data, and then equal, and then test us that the standard deviation is 2.26. Okay, and I leave this because this is 4. Okay, it's less than 5. So I'm just gonna write standard deviation is 2.26. So the standard deviation, excuse me, 2.3. The standard deviation, rho, yes. Standard deviation, this is, I guess, not rho, it's sigma in the lowercase sigma, which is 2.26. Now, question 2.4, the question says determine, excuse me, determine the number of times that the sum of the recorded values of the dice is within one standard deviation from the mean. Show your calculations. All right. We're going to do now question 2.4. That's question 2.4. Now, this is what I'm going to do because we have. Okay, let's read the question again. Determine the number of times the sum of the recorded values of the dice is within one standard deviation from the mean, or the number of the times the values of the dice is within one standard deviation from the mean. Okay, the mean is excuse me is 6.73. Okay, so within the mean, okay, and standard deviation away from the mean, so we'll do minus 2.26. Okay, in this it must be in this interval, and then 6.73 plus 2.26. Okay, it must be in these intervals. So this is equal to we can use a calculator here. This was the standard deviation already. I just want to plus the mean. If I plus the mean, 6.73. This will be 8.99. So over here it's going to be 8.99, and then there, let's first minus the mean. Or maybe, okay, let's just first minus the mean, 6.73. So I'm gonna do 6.73 minus this. Okay, I just want to minus 6.73 here, and then just take the positive value. I guess you understand what I did. So I'm gonna take 4.46. Okay. Actually, it means doing. I just don't want to press AC and then start the calculation over. So this simply means 6.73 minus 2.26. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the positive here, 4.47. So rounded to the second decimal place, it's going to be 4.47. So it must be within this interval. So the question says what? Determine the number of times that the sum of the recorded values of the dice is within this interval. Okay, this interval is 4.47. is after 4, okay, after this 4, and then 8.99 is before 9. So we are actually in between here. After 4 is there, and then before 9 is there. So we are actually here in this part here. Now the number of the time, the frequency determines the number of the time. So we're going to do this 4 plus 4 here, plus 8 plus 3. Okay, so this is the number of the time. Therefore, I say here, or maybe move it a little bit up there. Therefore, the number of the times, okay, the number, I just want to say number because I don't want to write a lot. Just say numbers will be 4 plus 8 plus 3, which is equal to 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 8 is 16, 16 plus 3 is 19, so 19 times. 19 times. Thank you.